feel alright. But now I know what it takes to.
We are behind, so we're going to dive right into the questions. The first question of the night is, high standards protect you from low quality experiences. High standards protect you from low quality experiences. What is your thoughts on that statement?
That's a lie. Nothing can protect you from low quality experiences. Everybody has been in a situation where, I don't care how bougie you feel like you are, you didn't walk into something and was like, what the fuck, what y'all got me in on? Like, what y'all got going on in here? Even if you could take me somewhere, and regardless of my standards, you can take me to some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural part of life. Nothing stops you from having low, quote unquote, low quality experiences. Sometimes it just happens.
Standards. Is that something that people grow into, or, over time and just over like life and experiences?
I feel
what
like
they tolerate or what they won't tolerate, or what they subscribe to. Like you said, if everybody's now, and with the social media, everybody's fake luxury and bougie now, and it's fake.
Yes.
So now everybody's so sedity, and everybody's so uppity, and Stepford, and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Has that become like a thing now? Everybody's claiming they will and won't do this and that.
I think that it is has become a thing now. I feel like, but kinda. I don't know if it happens to everybody, but it did happen to me. When I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I literally sat down and thought about what I wanted for my life, where I wanted to live, how I wanted to live, all that. Hey Susan, how I wanted a man to treat me, whether I wanted a man, what type of man. Like, I really thought about those things when I got into my early 30s. So those are the I guess you would call it setting standards. Like, I just can't. It wasn't even like I had a list or anything. It was just like, the niggas I fuck with in my 20s, I'm not going for it in my 30s. That type of thing.
We call you by your name here. We not doing that.
What?
She said, who's that talking about Jalen? That's you.
Oh,
anyway, go ahead.
I call you Susan. So it's stuff like that. I lived on my own. I didn't set a standard for where I wanted to live, but I did set a standard. I need to feel safe walking in my house. So there's certain places that I'm never going to live in. You know what I mean? And I lived alone for a long time. So it was stuff like that. Is that considered standards, setting standards?
Yeah, I feel like everything that you intentionally do to increase whatever you feel is a quality experience is setting a standard.
Yeah. Now, with the new shit, I do feel like with social media, influencing becoming a thing. If you have a popping page, if you go to restaurants and know how to shoot correctly, you could go to Jerry's Curry Out, bitch, and if you shoot the motherfucker right, you gonna have 10, 20 people just follow you off of that. So if you got the eye for the camera, you know how to shoot, you know your angles and all that, you can become famous. You can make money off Instagram and didn't even intend to do it. So I feel like everybody feels like they're an influencer in their own right, or their aesthetic got to be a certain way on social media, and they all of a sudden now we can't do certain things. We can't go certain places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like my struggle meals is a perfect example. Is a perfect example. I do Struggle Meal Monday. I have a Struggle Meal Monday series over on TikTok, and a lot of times people say that's not a struggle meal, but it's just the way I present it. That's true. It's the same thing over there cooking for Bay, where the food looks horrible, where, hey, if I put some hot dogs on a plate for some kids and a couple of Funyuns or the cheese puffs and a Hug juice, yeah, you're going to say that's ghetto. I don't use that word, by the way, but you're going to say that's ghetto.
Right.
Now, when I do a struggle meal plate and I do the same exact thing, but I stage it a certain way, and my angles, I'm going into the mustard and coming out, and got my onions diced up on my cutting board. And
add a lemon slice to the Kool-Aid glass.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Your aesthetic is on point.
Yeah, so it's just...
Do you think with social media and...
Is that Kendra?
Hi, Kendra, girl.
Oh, no, that's Kenna.
Do you feel like... Oh, Kenna.
I don't know. Hi, hey, Kenna. No shade. I don't know who you are, though.
Do you feel like with everybody... First of all, do you feel like everybody think they influencers? Not everybody as in every single person, but for the most part.
I do. When I was thinking this morning on my ride in that a lot of people have podcasts that shouldn't have podcasts.
True.
And so, yes, of course, with the influx of everything where, how you said, social media has now become your own personal TV show. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to show their life in whatever light. So they're doing podcasts, they're being content creators and all of that. And no, it's not for everybody.
It ain't.
And
I feel like for a vlog, if you don't have an interest, you don't even have to have an interest in life. For a vlogger, you just have to record things people want to see. You have to make videos that people want to see. You would be surprised at how many people. I know this one YouTuber, all she do is clean up. And she got
everybody has their
100 and something. And people sit there and watch her clean up for.
I will say this: it's like 9 billion people in the world. So just because you don't like something doesn't mean somebody else won't like it or you don't find it interesting.
Exactly.
Like my game show, people have tried to push me in this direction and that direction. That's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, go ahead and do it. I cater to people that like-minded people. They don't have to, like exactly what I like, but if you want to do that, go do your own game show.
Yeah.
So it is a market for every type of thing. I watch an Amish girl. I love her videos. That's
what
something.
What she be doing? Just regular Amish shit?
Yeah, she does regular like going into town shopping, like making Hershey chocolate. Like we be on her live like 300,000 people. So you can't say what somebody will and won't like. Sue had me watching these conjoined twins, and I love them. I love their videos.
What are they on YouTube?
They're on TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
I don't know if they signal. I haven't seen them in a while.
Is the Amish girl on TikTok too?
Yeah, she's on TikTok. So I watch an African girl from I can't remember what country she's from, but she married a Japanese guy, and she does this cooking and like walking every day, and her videos are very interesting, and she don't even talk, and she helps out her husband's father a lot, and then she has 2 kids that we all love. So you don't know what somebody will like, but I feel like when you start getting into cliche stuff, hey, everybody want to do a podcast, everybody want to do the same thing, that's when it becomes oversaturated and it becomes cliche. And if you already kind of like, if you don't do a podcast where you're doing the woman versus man and everything, then you have to actually have personality to do a podcast, in my opinion.
And content.
Because, people will tune in and all y'all doing is the man bashing a woman and the woman bashing and arguing with the man the whole time. And that has unfortunately become what we consider entertainment. But if you take that out and you have to, get there and try to come up with your own, your own brand, your own style, what you're really going to get something with some substance, basically, then I feel like then you kind of can't do it. But
I feel like the only time that would work if the man-woman thing, like you said, is only going to be good for so many shows.
I'm so tired of it.
I think if you're Kevin Samuels or something like that, where
you have made that your brand.
Yeah, it's your brand, but it's still different content. It's the same shit, but it's different content.
He's interviewing people and all of that. But I declare, after this last stunt, which was the fake Cheesecake Factory video.
Girl.
First of all, y'all have to realize that most of these things are skits.
Yes.
Most of what posts for shock value and that goes viral, that's on a man versus woman thing, even down to the man going to the door with only McDonald's for his kids. All of that stuff is skits. It's all fake.
Yes.
And then everybody gets in an uproar for about 2 weeks and all of that. And this time right here, after they start making a list of what women shouldn't take and what men shouldn't take, I couldn't take it no more.
Girl, I've seen 17,000. The list even made the news. Like, come the fuck on, y'all.
Tess is in here. Smoke
hey,
is
Tess.
in here.
Smoke, we missed you. Smoke,
I told him that this morning. We missed you last week.
Absolutely.
Bring your ass in here. So
period.
He's here. Okay, so that is that. The next question is the good and bad side of being set in your ways. Give us some examples. What are some good examples and some bad examples? You know how people be like, well, I'm set in my ways. And that's their final answer. What are some good sides of that and some bad sides of that?
I think the good side of it, like to me, setting your ways can be standards. So on the good
Candace.
side. Hey, Candace, girl. I think
and
on the good,
Pittman is in here.
Hey, Jen. I think on the good side of
Is that Brianna?
Hey, Brianna.
Okay.
Tina, your eyes getting better, girl.
A little.
I see you.
I mean, these are our regulars, so when I see a blur but a little bit of their name, I can tell it's them because they show improve every week.
Absolutely.
So that's why. Now, you notice when I don't know the name, I'm squinting, I'm trying to look. But if it's one of our regulars, all I got to see is the first 2 letters of their name, and I'm on it.
Because we know you're here.
Exactly.
But bad, you're going to end up by your goddamn self. Like, I'm stuck in my way.
The bad side of setting.
Yes.
Okay, let me read the question one more time.
Okay.
For whoever just got in here. The good and bad side of being set in your ways. And give us some examples. You know, you've heard a million people say that. Well, girl, I don't want to do that because I'm set in my ways. So go ahead, Tona.
Not meeting new people. I'm going to do the bad first. Because the bad is always more fun.
You're supposed to always do the good side.
Okay, the
first.
good is you got standards. And if for me...
You don't want to do the good side.
Because I don't feel like it.
Just
okay, listen. No.
I'll do the good side.
Okay, so I'm going to do bad.
I
She'll
look
do
at
good.
the glass half full at all times.
And I'm going
Not
for
half
empty shit. It's like, no, I do the glass half full thing. But when it comes to human beings, I must admit, I don't expect the best out of humans.
And hold up, Smoke, give us that in English, baby.
What happened? What's Smoke
It
say?
said, I'm too spoiled, so I don't mind being a gentleman. Come again, baby. I can't decipher
And what question
that.
was that for?
Cherie has made it in.
Hey, Cherie.
And Cherie is one of our loyals, so of course, as
She
soon
is.
as I see her name, I know.
All you had to see was the SH.
Yes, right
Period,
away.
period.
Bright Eyes, who is becoming
Hey,
one of our
Sabrina.
regulars. She has made it in.
I love their costumes.
So Sabrina and
is her
Sabrina
fiance?
and her fiance should have won the costume competition
For sure.
For the record,
Y'all made it on my YouTube vlog too.
Yes, they should have won, but the crowd cheered for the Techites because it was a lot of Techites in the building. But
So who ended up winning?
So it was only Jennifer and Acker and Sabrina and Denise.
So Jennifer Acker won.
Yes, but Denise.
All right,
and,
congratulations.
Sabrina should have won.
I agree. No shade, Jen.
Tess said, okay, we got to get back to the show. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Tess said,
Smoke said stop playing tone. I don't know why.
What I do?
So let me answer the questions from the question.
okay.
Okay, Candace said, hey, my girls. And Jennifer said, hello, ladies. Y'all was late. We did apologize. We were grossly late. We were late by about 45 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, Bright Eye said, the bad side is I could lose someone good because I'm not willing to compromise. That's an amazing
definitely
answer.
one.
And I feel like, and we've discussed this, as you get older, you get set in your ways and you're not willing to bend.
Right.
Or sometimes you feel like, what's the point at this point in my life? But compromising when it's you and any other person, I don't care if you have a child. I don't care if you're living with your grandmother. It's always, you're always going to have to compromise. So you're definitely going to have to compromise in a romantic relationship, especially when you're set in your ways.
I definitely agree with that. And I also think that when you are set in your ways, quote unquote, I think the older you get, especially for people who's single, the older you get, like for people who have been single for a long period of time, they kind of look for reasons to let your ass go. So if the dude coming there, he don't take his shoes off at the door. Because I can't take this. I don't know how he was raised, but it ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? You get off of that immediately because you want to dismiss him kind of anyway because you are set in your ways. You don't really want to change anything. You want a man, but not more than changing.
Smoke, I'm driving this boat, baby.
What Smoke say?
He said, do your tone compromise? We're asking the question.
Oh, Smoke, yes. I do. But Smoke, I'm going to be honest with you. I had to learn to compromise.
We have taught Tone Tone used to be really set in her ways.
Yes.
As it pertains to a relationship. And when we would do certain things, Tone would be like, why are y'all doing that? Or this, that, and the third. As she grew, she's the baby.
I did.
As she grew in her relationship, she realized why we did certain things we had to do.
Yes.
Because we had to compromise.
Yes.
So, yes.
I was the main one. When they would say something, I would be like, why the fuck are y'all doing that? That doesn't even matter. Fuck what he thinks. It doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. And she like, okay, just keep living, bitch. It's not that easy. Mm-hmm. It's easier to say it, but it's not easier to do it. Also in relationships, like even down to stuff like, I never wanted my relationship, like I would want to keep it separate, hanging with y'all and being in a relationship. Inviting my boo somewhere that my friends are, nah, bitch, I'm going to hang with my friends, you hang with your friends, and we going to meet up at the end. Even during long-term relationships, I was like that.
Mind you, one of her boos was my brother. One of her boos was my brother.
He couldn't hang.
And her boo, I have known him since I've known Tone.
Exactly.
And braided his hair, hung with him, and some other
They
things.
were friends.
Some other things.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That thing is not like that because you know how y'all think.
Yeah, and some other shit. Let's just say that. But even with that, she grew up with him, and I still, no, go hang with your friends. I'm going to hang with mine. So I even had to learn how to include my man.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to read some more of the comments.
All right.
Smoke, can you answer the question, please? And stop asking the questions. Helena Johnson has made it.
Hey, Helena. Helena be on the go.
Helena said, as you get older, it's kind of hard to trust people, but also it's a give and take.
True.
And Helena said, hey, ladies.
Helena just came from, where you just come from, girl? Dubai or somewhere along Greece or something? And Helena be on the go, y'all.
Okay. Quintessa said, good, like Tone said, having standards are not wavering from those.
Right.
And
I think so
Jennifer
too.
said, good cop, bad cop. Me and Tone.
We are.
You know me, I always think of it not in a relationship aspect because there's so much more to life than a relationship.
Yeah,
than a man or a woman. There's so much more to life in your day that does not revolve around your relationship or involve your relationship. So I just think some things set in your ways, just simple things like being late. That's, hey, I'm set in my ways. This is what I do. Like I'm gonna, procrastinating. I'm set in my ways. Everybody know that I'm gonna. Those are like bad sides to being set in your ways. Just common little things that, even for like my son, he's like a stickler and he gets on me for certain things that I can just call like I'm set in my ways. Like just simply like having my phone always on 2% and trying to use
that pisses him off to no end.
And trying to use somebody's charger or trying to use his charger. So I have like been like set in my ways like, oh, I just live unorthodox. I'm just going to do things my way. But as I'm getting older, structure and routine is important to me, especially with a lot of things that I have going on now, like projects and stuff. I can't procrastinate. Right. I need to have a routine. I need to have structure. So being set in your ways can hinder you from things, and it's definitely nothing to do with the relationship.
I've done it in my work life too. But
the good side of being set in your ways is you have a reputation of like getting things done. People can rely on you. And things like that. Y'all know I always come with stuff like that.
That could be good or bad too. Okay, so think of that in the workplace. Yes, you can.
Koshi is in here.
Hey, Coach.
Via FaceTime.
Okay, hey, girl.
Hello, Nakoshi.
I think that's a great thing.
Somebody Smith,
especially with
Renee
work.
Smith.
Hey, Renee.
Is that my Renee?
Or is that my Renee?
Which Renee is that? Tell us if you're.
Because we both got a Renee.
Or my Renee.
But yeah, I feel like in a workplace that could be a good thing. But in a workplace, a bad thing for a workplace, if you set in your ways, you're not like you gotta. The people implement new policies and procedures all the time at a job. If you're not willing to bend, that's not how we do it. It ain't supposed to be. Bitch, you're going out of there. They're not going to put up with your fuck shit
That's
for
true.
so long.
That's
so
true.
even like you said, outside of relationships in your everyday life, there is good and bad ways of doing things or setting your ways.
That is correct. If anyone else wants to answer that, please feel free. We're moving along.
Okay.
Because we have a hefty list tonight.
We do.
Oh, and someone wrote on my page today, hey, have you guys ever thought about just doing one topic and going really in depth with that? I said, well, how we do it is the way we want to do it.
Yeah.
When you do a podcast, do it your way.
And that sounds incredibly... not boring, but how much can you talk on one thing?
Sakina has entered. Hello, Sakina.
Hey, Sakina.
Okay,
we like variety over here, but no shade.
And it works for us.
Yeah.
We love the way that we do it. And if we ever have a problem, we will get together and we will change it.
And our co-hosts love it too.
Okay, the next question is, your man or your lady, times have changed. Is that your house? Is that your house alone? Can your best friend go in your house while you're not home and wait for you? Your man or lady, so this is a question for men, women, and everybody in the middle. If your man or your lady is at your house alone, your girlfriend's supposed to have been coming over there, or your guy friend's supposed to have been coming over because y'all gonna kick it or go somewhere and all ride together. Mm-hmm. They come over. It's your best friend. You're not home yet. Can they come in and wait for you?
Absolutely. My best friend got a key to my house.
Yes, I do.
So, yeah, of course.
I have a key to.
She's had a
key to all the girls' houses.
Yes, she got a parking pass.
I think I'm Lakeisha's power of attorney.
Like, so too.
I'm on everything, executor and all of that. So yeah,
she was on my life insurance before I got to pay.
They're definitely gonna let me in.
Yeah, I have. But and then also
Larry is entered.
Hey, Larry.
Arthur, Larry Moon.
Tina, Lakeisha, and Tahir, they all have gone to my house and waited for me, especially Creasa, who is a habitual early person.
Tia is entered.
Hey, Tia.
Tia Anderson.
Hey, girl.
Bobby. What is it?
Bobby T's Kitchen.
Bobby T's Kitchen.
Tia is another best friend of mine. So, yeah, she can come over my house and wait and all of that. She's welcome to do that. I don't hang with people I can't trust. I don't trust too many motherfuckers. That's why my circle is small.
Hold up. My baby has made a grand entrance.
Who?
Christelle.
Hey, Christelle. Wait a minute. Christelle, was you here last week?
Who I've never met, but she's Tessa's daughter-in-law.
And she's talks with Tony Tina, boo.
Yeah, she gets tagged in the post now. She has moved up.
Period.
So Christelle has entered, and I just imagine you rolling in, on a white horse, Christelle. Okay.
Martin and Gina style when they hit the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm about to go watch it.
Roderick Murray.
Hey, Roderick.
He's from Baltimore, and he has a clothing brand.
Okay, I like it for you.
Is it called Facon or Falcon? I don't know what it is, but it looks really great.
I'm going to check your page out. Maybe we could collab.
I hope one day I could get a sweatshirt or a hoodie, but his work is amazing, and it's not cliche or anything.
I love natural
It looks
art.
Really good. Men and women wear it.
Original pieces. I love it.
Put your website in our comments.
Please
Roderick.
do. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
He said we have true DC accents. First of all, we don't. First of all, we don't.
What's that?
Second of all, I go to Baltimore to get my hair done, and if I hear to, do, and Doug every 5 seconds, I'm gonna freaking crash my car. So whatever.
Okay, read the question again.
The question, I'm gonna read it one more time. Your girl or your guy is at your house alone. Mm-hmm. Can your best friend go to your house and wait for you? While you're not there. You're supposed to be pulling up, but you're 20 minutes away. Should your best friend, girl or guy, wait outside, or can they go in? And you have answered
and
yes.
I said yes, mine did.
Mine too can go in.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that, but I'm going to read some of the comments.
I don't fool with people I can't trust, like I said. So, yeah, they're welcome.
Christelle, Sakina said hers can.
Okay.
Sakina said that is supposed to be possible, but everyone can't say the same thing.
True.
Candace said, yes, mine can. We've been friends almost 40 years. We trust each other deep.
Right.
Candace, I hate to say it because, Tone's a baby and she's been hanging around me since she was 13 and she's 45. Mm-hmm. The length of time you know someone means nothing.
Girl.
It does not mean anything.
They will stab you in the back quick as somebody.
And I think I have a question about that today, but it doesn't mean I'm not knocking it because all of my friends I've known literally since I was 10 and I'm going to be 50 in next year. So I do believe in close-knit friendships and all of that, but people like to name drop the numbers of how long I've been together with somebody, how long I knew somebody, how long I worked at this job. But it really, it's great. Become people that have been friends for 30, 40, 50 years.
And that shit was trash for 30 years.
They have been like snakes to each other, mean, super mean. Not the regular getting into it and arguments and disagreements and lost touch for a while and reconnected. I'm talking about cutthroats.
That bitch wasn't shit in 12th grade. And at 40, she still ain't shit, but you still her friend.
Okay, Roderick said he wants to do a pop-up in DC. That would be great, like I said. I'm not just tooting his horn. Whenever somebody comes on to our comments and they have a business, we always big them up. And if I do not like your business, we definitely won't mention it. Right. Okay, Jennifer said, yes, of course. I was my ex.
Make sure you leave it in your website in the comments, Roderick.
Yes, of course. It was my ex that would validate. Jermaine has entered. He said hi. Roderick said 9 out of 10 they've met each other over the years. So yes, if not, you don't trust that person.
Wait, Jennifer said what?
I was trying to see if Jennifer did a 2-part, but
oh, okay, because I didn't understand it.
All she said was, I missed it. I gotta find it. But okay. Tia said my best friend now, but not back in the day. So Tia said who is her best friend now could go in. But
that's me.
But she's keeping it 1,000. Who was her best friend back in the day? She would not trust to go in. And I think I know who she's talking about. But that's another story. Okay, so we got that situated. Moving on along.
So the consensus is y'all got some good friends.
Yes, moving on along.
I love that for y'all.
There may be some questions that I missed. Charge it to my heart. Jermaine has entered and he said, hello, ladies.
Hello, Jermaine.
The next question. Don't sell grandma's house. Do you agree with that or do you disagree, and why?
I firmly agree. I think Black people especially, please don't fuck me up for this, but Black people especially who are not used to things, which a lot of us are. A lot of us did not come up with, we all came up with humble beginnings. Not all of us, but a lot of us came up with humble beginnings. So if your grandmother leave you a house at 19 or 20 or even 30, it depends on where your life is at that point. If you really need some motherfucking money, guess what grandma's house gone. But you look up 20 years later and now grandma's house worth $600,000. Not even that. Your great uncle such and such needs somewhere to stay and nobody got a house now. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I think all property should remain in the family. You might want to turn it into a B&B. You might want to, I think all real estate and stuff like that is all creating generational wealth. Mm-hmm. I think you should get grandma's house and fix that bitch up, do something to it so you can buy the house next door and then go from there. Don't sell it for pennies because you're desperate at the time.
I think you're absolutely correct in that, but I also think another piece of it is that a lot of times and when I say we're Black, a lot of times the main piece that we miss out about is getting a proper will, getting a proper everything, getting all of your legal paperwork in order. We talked about this on the show before. Everybody's gonna die. So getting your affairs in order so when it does come time for, hey, grandma had 18 grandkids, 7 of them crackheads,
right? 2
of them dope fiends, 3 of them went to Harvard, and all of that. So those are 18 different people that they all going in different directions. Yeah. Hey, I want to sell my portion. This person wants to sell theirs. So the next thing you know, it's a tug of war over, are we going to sell it? Are we going to keep it? The best thing to do in that case is to sell it because there's too many people, and then, hey, everybody get their little cut, spend it, and like you said, look up 5-10 years later.
They could have got 10 times.
Grandma's house is worth a lot of money, almost upwards of $1 million, and you guys have blown that. And like Tone said, there's not a house in the family. The generational wealth does not continue for some of the people in that family. So first, getting your affairs in order, having a will, and having things written out, And
having someone do the say. Yeah. We don't have 18 voices because that's going to get with one person that I left everything
your
to.
Favorite,
and that person,
pick your favorite grandchild
or something, but don't pick the bitch that get on everybody's nerves. She always the one that fuck. Don't pick that bitch. Pick somebody sensible who can bring the family together. Who just because that person's the oldest, or you always got that one family member that take care of everything. If she's a bitch or he's a bitch,
that's gonna cause conflict.
Yeah, nobody wants to listen to that person. Get the person that is basically good, that's able to bring the family together and compromise. That should be the person. Also, look at DC. People sold their houses in DC for $100,000 and swore it was money.
A lot of them never had money before. Hey, people get excited today over $10,000.
Yes.
And $10,000 is
shit.
It's the equivalent of like $250. So imagine in 2000 or 1998, you thinking, hey, well, all of us are going to get $37,000. They're not thinking ahead that, hey, who would have thought DC would
turn into what it is?
Would turn into what it is. Yeah. But if we haven't learned anything through history, like Tone said, keep the property, keep the lands. Even though people always say the infamous, in DC, you can't own your land. Like, shut up sometimes. But anyway, moving on to the comments. Okay, Lamont Jamal has entered.
Hey, Lamont.
We say some good stuff about the game show. Anyway, moving on down.
He's the hostess with the mostest. Make sure you check it out.
Okay, Keisha B has entered.
Hey, Keisha B.
Keisha B said, depending on the circumstances, if we can't maintain it, hold on to it. If it's a chaotic situation, then it has to go.
Well,
and that's kind of like what I said.
How about this?
Tiffany is in here.
Hey, Tiff.
Tiffany, hello. How are you?
How about this, Keisha?
It's Tiffany first time.
If it's welcome, girl, we love the first timers.
Sean's cousin Tiffany.
What about this? If it's 18 of us, like you said, grandma had 18 kids, 9 of them crackheads, they gonna want to sell their shit, or the single mother, she gonna want to sell hers and get her little cut.
Her boyfriend forcing her to.
Period.
Because he got to pay for his studio.
He calling every day.
He got to pay to go to the studio and
buy get his rap game off the
Dodge
ground.
Charger.
Period.
What do you mean?
Period. Windows 10 and all of that. She need to go to Cancun, maybe get a BBL. She got shit to do too.
Then they broke.
In 6 months. I feel like those people, I think the people that want to keep the property should all get together and buy those people out.
Yeah.
So now
that's what happens a lot.
Yeah. Now you got your $37,000, and then when that shit gone, bitch, don't holler at me about nothing because you already done got bought out. So whatever happens with the property from this point on, you would no longer have a stake in it. That's what I would do.
Sounds great to Matt. Great assessment.
I know how to keep my money, Earl.
Okay, Tia said you should definitely keep it because if you fall on hard times, you can make money off of grandma's house.
Absolutely.
Just be sure to pay the taxes and keep it up as much as you can.
Yep.
Okay, JoJo said we've already preached to our son that he better never sell our house. Airbnb
Right.
and keep it in the family. Let me move in and get a room because I love y'all house.
Lit.
I'll have a party
Especially the backyard.
I'll have a party every day in y'all honor because y'all love to have parties.
Right.
No, JoJo and Tony will want this. Let's have a party.
Yes.
Okay, no. Keisha B said, oh my God, all of those scenarios sound familiar. LOL. Yes, buy out those folks and keep it moving. Jennifer said, no, I definitely agree to buy them out. Mm-hmm. And Jennifer also said, it's just too many lifestyles, mindsets to please everyone.
Yes.
Sell it. She said, sell it. And Cherie said, make sure you leave it to someone who's going to take care of it. Yeah. And yes, that is a great consensus. I feel like that was a great one.
I do too. I like that one.
Okay, so yeah.
And people don't think about that. People don't think about, see, and this is why we discuss a variety of things. Definitely. So whoever left it in the comments, would you ever think you'd be talking about some shit like this tonight?
Okay, the next question. Tonette came up with this question, and y'all know I barely let her slide them in.
I get one a month.
So of course, I had to word it, and change it a little, but it's...
Hey, listen, y'all should see the paragraphs I be sending her to answer 1 cent. She bring it down to 1 cent.
So I'm going to read it. It says, your man's spending habits have changed as of late. You, as a woman, want to splurge. He does not. Is he being unreasonable asking you to live how you don't want to?
Okay, so let
me elaborate on that tonight?
Yes, I can. Let me explain, y'all. It's a couple. The couple, let's say there is let's say they both make good money. The couple...
Good money is subjective.
Let's say they're both 6 figures.
Okay.
They're both 6 figures. When they met, they dated for 3-4 years. They was the 6-figure niggas. They went everywhere. They lived the lifestyle. They lived in luxury. They did it all. They broke up, and then they got back together.
ANZ, a.k.a. DJ Worm, is in here.
What's up, DJ motherfucking Worm?
Hello, DJ Worm.
Yes. Okay, so they got back together, and with the times that they are now, lettuce cost $7. You know what I'm saying? So, and it used to be $2. Okay, have y'all seen how much bleach then went up? Anyway, you know how times are nowadays. So he's living more responsibly.
Everything went up.
Everything. Bleach is $7. It used to be $3. So now, when they got back together, they still make the same money, but he's living more responsible now. He's like, with the cost of living, the apartments, when we was going out in luxury and all that, we was splitting a $1,500 rent. Now,
$1,500 is almost impossible to
find
in today for rent.
If you want a studio,
almost impossible, and
it doesn't even matter where you live at.
Yeah.
And so now he like, now we got mortgages that's $3,000 and $4,000. I think we should, calm down on the spending. She's like, you know who I was when you met me. I'm always going to be luxury. What happened was she wanted to go to Miami and she wanted him to give her $15,000 to go to Miami. He said, fuck off.
He should have broke up with her.
But no, back in the day, he gave her $15,000 to go to Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Times have changed so much.
That's what he said. Times have changed. I can't give you $15,000 to go to fucking Miami now.
We a stroke away from getting disability.
Everybody is.
SSDI.
Everybody is. So she's like, she wanted to break up with him because he wouldn't give her the money. So that they asked him, well, did you end up going? She said, yeah, I got $15,000. I don't need him for money. I went. He's pissed off at her for spending the $15,000. Mm-hmm. We're a couple now. We got to decide these things together. So what do y'all think? Should she have to come down and be more responsible, or should he understand who she is and either you need to sink or swim, buddy, because this is who I am?
Well, it goes back to our second question?
The standard thing?
No, talking about compromising.
Oh, compromise. Okay.
You have to compromise in a relationship. That's first and foremost. And unfortunately, like we say every week, people outgrow each other.
Yeah.
They're on two different pages right now. She still wants to maintain the lifestyle that she's always had. He's thinking about reality. I'm getting older. I done blew a lot of money and probably ain't got nothing to show for it. You know, all of those type of things. They're just two different people. And I feel like they should both go their separate ways.
Do you feel like either person is wrong?
Neither person is wrong. She has a right. If she got $15,000 to spend in Miami and she want to be, doing her thing, that's her prerogative. It's her life.
Yeah.
Y'all just can't coexist together and move on.
I agree. I feel like people in the
Roderick said, "Girl, sit your ass down."
But okay, Roderick, that's what most people were saying in the comments. People in the comments was like, $15,000. You can easily spend. First of all, people were saying it was outlandish to spend $15,000 in Miami. I don't know if South Beach you can spend $15,000 easily.
And if she's used to living a certain lifestyle, we talked about this earlier too. Everybody's bourgeoisie and luxury now.
Right.
It is very easy to spend that. So
absolutely, a yacht party in a good hotel on Ocean Drive. You can spend $15,000.
Yeah, a hotel
and a couple of restaurants.
$1,200 a night.
Yeah, you can spend $15,000 easy.
$1,500 a night. Okay, we have some people. Our baby, our pumpkin, Daryl is in here.
Hey, Daryl.
He said he's been in here watching, but he was stuffing his face.
I'm glad that we was able to entertain.
Daryl does a one-man show karaoke on his live.
Yes.
You didn't see him singing "I'm Break My Heart Down Tonight"? Tony Braxton.
No.
Yes.
Send it to me.
He be having a ball in the house.
But let me ask y'all: do y'all feel like either person was wrong? I also agree with you. I don't feel like either one of them was wrong.
Tia A said, if you're in a relationship, it's about compromise. JoJo said, who spends $15,000 in Miami anyway? Go out the country for all of that.
I would have did it too.
Tia said, why would you need $15,000 in Miami? Daryl said, okay, I've read that. Roderick said, a spender and a saver could work if they find a balance. Without balance, it will cause grave problems. I like that one, Roderick.
I feel like
I love that we have a man's great point of view tonight.
I do. I love that too.
Tama Taylor Robinson is in the
Tama.
building. And yeah,
I feel like you're right, Roderick. But I feel like in this instance, because there are some people that feel like I want to leave this earth with $1 in my pocket,
I want to live it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like if she makes the money, she needs to find, like you said, they need to just part ways because she's not wrong. This is the life I want to live. I can afford to live this life, and I want to live it. I don't want to worry about saving money. And honestly speaking,
she's set in her ways. So we talked about that too earlier.
Honestly speaking, I kind of agree with her. I've always had the mentality that I am not a saver. I've always had the mentality I got to make a whole bunch of money so I can do whatever I want and still be able to save money. And I know that's not realistic, especially now that I'm in my 40s. I know that ain't realistic. So I'm better with it, but that's how I want to live my life. Bitch, I want to ride it till the wheels fall off. I don't want to think about nothing else. I don't want to think about,
okay,
that type of shit.
All right, so I feel like that was a great one as well.
I do. I love Roger's answers.
Okay.
My first question for the month, y'all.
Don't do that.
That's going to be the only motherfucker I get.
Basically, y'all know I'm very controlling. Okay, I can't help it. Anyway, moving on to the next question. Sliding your date's money under the table to pay for a meal when you guys are out on a couple's date. What's your thoughts? And I don't know if you guys have seen the video that's going around. It was a podcast interview where a guy was like, I knew this lady was the one for me. I knew she was going to be my wife because we had gone out "Oh, what country was it?" Because they kept in the comments, they kept saying you should have never went there, but they went out of the country and they went on a couples night date, probably like 5 couples all out. She kicks him or hits his knee and gives him $300 under the table. Was it Aruba? If anybody saw it, let me know. And he was like, "That's when I knew she was the one for me." What are your thoughts on the whole thing from A to Z?
The biggest question I have is why you sliding under the table? If this is my man and I'm buying him dinner, I don't give a fuck. Like, why does that? Now, no, let me not say that. Because if it mattered to him, I think I probably would slide on the table because it mattered to him. But let's say you don't know what my situation is. I could have lost the bet. I could have just been like, "Babe, today is on you. I'm about to trick on you today. And I'm from head to toe, from morning to night. I'm going to take care of you today." You don't know what somebody's situation is. So I wouldn't feel no type of way. Like, I'm going to throw my card in the motherfucking bill for. Why I got to pass it to him?
Because he, in the comments, was saying this, and this is just accurate. Some people feel emasculated. Everybody's automatically assuming stuff. Like you said, you don't know if it's his money that I had in my pocket.
It could be his car.
You don't know what the scenario is, but people are all into perception and appearances. How it appears and how it's perceived is what people go by and live off of. We hear we could use 1,000 examples of that. So, she felt that he would be embarrassed. But my only thing is, bitch, why didn't you give him the money in the hotel?
Right.
Why didn't you?
Okay, that's a good question.
You knew that you were going to dinner. Why didn't you just say, "Here, babe,
right?
This
for dinner later."
Why did you have to do all of that at the table?
That show.
Exactly.
So that, for me, that make it look worse to me. Why you gotta do all that? But I get it. It might. That's why I said it would depend on how he would feel. If I don't want to embarrass him, even if I lost the bet, or even if I decided to treat him, I wouldn't want to embarrass him. So if he wanted me to kick it underneath the table because everybody around, I would do it.
Some couples share one bank account.
Yeah.
Some couples share one cell phone.
Yeah.
So again,
Facebook page.
You don't know what's going on in somebody's pockets, household, whatever. To each his own on that. But yeah, so the next part that I'm saying from A to Z, people said, "Oh, he's saying that he knew she was the wife and he knew she was the one because she's down for struggle love. He shouldn't have been out of the country if he didn't have money." And he's saying, "I knew she was the one because she was willing to pay for him."
So did he say he was short on money, or
he said he was broke?
I agree.
It's a video.
You shouldn't have been out there.
He said, "I didn't have the money to pay and she knew it. She tapped me under the table and slid me $300. So a lot of people, and this is how we said some women could possibly end up alone. Hey, some women, they've been so traumatized, and social media has desensitized women so much that they ain't going for nothing. So many women in the comments was just like, flabbergasted, and they flipped it and went on him. Like, made him look bad.
I would go on him. He does look bad.
It's true.
I'm sorry to say he does, and it don't have nothing to do with the fact that
shouldn't even been at customs.
That's what I'm saying, bitch. Why was you out there? Why was you out there if you didn't have $300? Like, why you shouldn't have ever been on the trip? So
then I know.
So that says way more about him. Your priorities fucked up. It ain't even about you being broke. You broke out of town,
out of the country,
right? You don't. What was you gonna do if I ain't slide you?
Then you ordered the lobster tail and
a couple of drinks, bitch.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Let's not beat him up.
I'm just saying, girl. He should be beat up, and she should have left him at that table.
Okay, comments are in. JoJo says she's the one who will sell grandma's house.
Like shit for him.
Bright Eye said if he went out to dinner with couples, she should have given it to him before. It wouldn't have been embarrassing to him. Sue said, if I'm I'm paying, or I would have gave you the money in the house.
That's what I say.
But doing it in secrecy is making it odd.
That's what I said. That's more embarrassing. And
it's more embarrassing to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we here together. I know you broke in a hotel. Hey, I'm gonna pay. Just go ahead and keep the money. But you tapping me, and then I don't know what you're doing. Like, that's making you look stupid.
Okay. And do anybody feel like him saying that she was the one, bitch? That make you really look like a bum. She the one because she willing to foot the bill for you.
That's what the consensus was in the comments. Okay.
Girl, don't marry him.
Roderick said
You'll be paying the rent alone.
Roderick said she should have gave him the card before the date if she wanted to keep up with the whole appearances thing. And Roderick also said MF's got Bentley taste with Cadillac pockets.
Period. Oh, Cadillac. Damn, Roderick. Cadillac ain't shit no more.
With Nike pockets, they on foot. What you mean, Cadillac? They wish they had a Cadillac.
Not even Jordans.
They're
They're
on
regular
foot.
Nike.
They're on foot. They got the Nikes from the outlet. Okay, Tia said so she paid for him to go out the country too. I mean, he didn't say that, but 1 and 1 equals 2. To me,
either she paid or he spent all of his money on the price of the trip.
Vontae has entered.
What's up, Vontae?
Vontae said, "Hey y'all, what's the topic?" Vontae is trying to start his own podcast.
I love it.
So if you do that, we want to support you in that, Vontae.
Of course.
Vontae's a wild card, if you will.
Vontae podcast will be lit though.
Vontae at Mayor Bowser.
That's right, Vontae.
Any day of the week, he will at that lady and say she need to get her hair done and stuff like that.
Vontae.
So good luck on your podcast.
Hey, Vontae, that's gonna be lit. I'm damn sure gonna watch it.
Vontae has zero filter. His birthday is 1 day after mine.
Oh shit!
And
same day as Shells.
Yeah, the 15th. So yeah,
that'll be lit. I tune in.
Vontae, the question is, I don't know if you saw the video going around where a podcaster was interviewing a guy. He said he knew his lady was the one and the one he wanted to marry when they went out of the country and they were at a couple's dinner. He did not have any money. She tapped him on his knee and slid him $300 to pay the bill so it could look like he paid, so it wouldn't look like he was broke. That is the question. Do you think it was wrong, right? What's your opinion on that?
Would you do it for your man? Or
Roderick said, "Bro must be slinging that wood.
He got to be."
I beg to differ on that one.
Or it don't necessarily got to be that. It could be that the bitch lonely, or she really thinks she loves him.
He was like a cute, pretty boy type. Just selfies with him on, the catamaran and all of that. That's going to get her. She probably
her IG aesthetic.
She a Deltor, aka probably men ain't had no meat.
Yeah,
that was enough to suffice for what needs to be done, because, like we say, everybody does things for the internet.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate though. Y'all already heard my stance. I'm still gonna play devil's advocate. Is it wrong if she feels like, I make enough money, I don't really care that he don't have no money? Like you said, I ain't had a man in a minute.
Zervin.
I'm willing to, what's up, D? I'm willing to pay for him. I'm willing to take care of him.
I don't think it's wrong. It's her life and her prerogative. The only time and y'all know a woman taking care of a man is one of my pet peeves.
Yes,
the only time I get upset is when a woman really can't afford it and she's neglecting herself and or her children. Mm-hmm. But hey, if you, AKA you making $250 doing IT in your living room and this is what you want to do, I don't see a problem with it.
What about a situation like Tabitha Brown? Tabitha Brown's husband.
Her husband held her down.
And now, because people it was in the comments going in on her because
her husband held her down.
I agree.
He deserves everything that she has.
I agree. No, he don't have to work.
He don't need to. For what? She's a millionaire now. Why do he need to work?
He said he still works I don't think he works now. She begged him to leave the police station so he could open up his own little whatever.
When Tabitha was grinding and doing her thing and a mom and all of that, he was a police officer. He held it down, right. He deserves everything that she's giving him.
People went in, including Wendy Williams, and was like, do not take care of him. That's what Tabitha said.
Wendy ain't even take care of Kevin. Kevin dogged Wendy and took her money and had a whole wife, family, kids. So that's another thing. You got standards for my relationship, but don't got it for your own.
Basically.
So
Tabitha gave her a very nice, nasty read.
She did. I saw that. Mm-hmm. Okay, in the comments, Sherelle has entered.
Hey, Sherelle.
Sherelle from 1103.
Okay, girl. Hey,
girl. Okay, Vontae said, me personally, I'm not giving nobody credit for something I did myself unless we are married. So Vontae wouldn't have slid the shit. He would have put it up on the table.
Unless that was your husband.
If you would have paid. Okay, JoJo said, some women are sugar mamas. My aunt was a whole one, and he made her look like a fool riding around in cars she bought him. And
I got one that's one too, and she don't mind. Like
Keisha B said, Tabitha retired her husband. Mm-hmm. Tia said he's a basketball coach now, which is always his dream.
He has like some type of boys and girls type of little things too.
And Keisha B said, ain't nothing wrong with that. Tabitha did the right thing in her eyes.
I don't see nothing wrong with it, but they murdered her in the comments like, he's living off you. I saw no problems either.
This one, I mean, it's not a New Year's resolution because we don't do those. Mm-hmm. But what are some simple but effective things? Who was that? Okay, sorry. What are some simple but effective things you can do in your life moving forward, going into the new year?
Going into the new year?
Yeah. Simple but effective things you want to do differently as the new year approaches. Y'all know I'll be writing my questions right.
Do more business. I want to post more. I've actually set up a plan to post more. Like I said, I kind of got to force myself to be that type of person. I'm like reserved. I live my life offline. Mm-hmm. I'm that type. But with the type of work that I do, I need to be online. I need to live more online. So I've come up with a top 3. That 3 things I must get done: posting, social media, working,
daily, weekly,
daily. 5 days a week.
Okay.
3 things, a top 3. I have to. Well, it's 5 things, but I have to get the top
At
3
least
done.
3 done. Okay.
Yes,
I like that tone.
Yeah, so that I can post more, so that I can work more, so that I can sew more, so I can do all this. I let things like get in the way of that.
When you say things, what do you mean?
Other
life things happening?
Yeah,
or whatever?
Like
okay.
other life shit and some of it don't even have nothing to do with me, but I'm trying to fix it or I'm trying to do this, and then people assume that just because I work from home or
that you're free.
I'm free all the time.
Yeah.
So I spent the good part of my first couple of years filling my day up with other people's shit.
Yeah, I'll call Tone. Ride with me to go get W. Ride with me here. Do this. That.
My mama was
go
the killer.
To Florida.
My mama was the kid. Right. Can you hop a plane by Friday? And all right, let me pack a bag. You know what I'm saying? But even
That's
with that,
because I'm like Tone in house
all the time. And my mother was the queen of it. I need you to run here, every day, because I have a flexible schedule. But I have to make time for my work because that's the only way I'm going to.
What did Cookie say? What did Cookie Line say?
What Cookie Line say?
I gotta put me first, Lucia. Put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? If you're not any good to yourself, you're not any good to anyone else. And when you're an entrepreneur and a lot of your work is done on social media, if you miss a day or two of posting, people done forgot all about you and moved on to another person that they clicked on their page one day and fell in love with.
Absolutely. So
it's a machine. It's just the world that we live in now. Candace Nashay, if she's in the comments, Candace got it down to a T.
Candace, what you be doing, girl?
Candace posts her business, Spin Therapy. Candace posts various different, types of content daily, at least 3 times a day. And I feel like Candace puts it in your face.
Yeah.
And that is building her brand.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to build it. I'm going to stay where I am as long as I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay, we have some comments.
All right.
Dolly has entered.
Hey, doll.
Dolly. I just simple little things, like I always say, procrastinating. Always, I think I do want to start having a real routine. Just like, hey, I get up pretty early. I get up probably like 5:30, 6 in the morning. I know this sounds crazy. Y'all not going to believe me, but I want to incorporate exercise.
Bitch, that's really a joke. That's really a joke. Okay, but I will say I would be extra, extra proud of you if you did.
I want to incorporate exercise in my life.
Start light.
Now, of course, I gotta start light.
Like 30.
Particular age or people that were, we were not people that were novices.
Yeah,
we're not proficient in. When I see Candace posting videos and they swimming, swerving,
and standing up,
all that, I'm not one of those. So when we went, it was her mom and her mom's girlfriends, and they was a vibe. Y'all know I could. If you 90, if you 100, I could kick it with you.
Yeah.
They were a vibe, so that's something. But I want to start having a routine because I have a lot on my plate right now because my game show has started. If anybody wants to be a contestant on my game show, please fill out the link that's in our bio over on For the Record game show on Instagram, but I also put it on Facebook. Don't be scary.
And your Project Stimulate stuff.
And yes, my Project Stimulate, which is my real true passion and love. We're doing a toy drive, and we're gonna do brunch with Santa Claus and some other things. So I got a lot going on, and I feel like as I'm getting older, a routine is the best thing for me to complete my daily goals and ultimately complete, my long-term goals.
Have you started implementing stuff?
No. I always do mindfulness. I got toned into that practice. Just meditating, even if it's for 60 seconds.
I got 10 into it.
Or whatever. So mindfulness, some exercise, and then y'all know I'm gonna cook something good. So I just want to get into a routine. So that's the only thing. I'm not making a resolution or none of that.
I think that's great because when the older you get into especially when you get our age. I'm closer to retiring. I want to do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to live. You like shit. I want to live how I want to live. Because you spent, like most of us, I started working at 14. You was how old? 13, 14? 14. So all of us have been working for decades.
I feel like James Evans out here.
Like shit.
Like I'm coming home with my thermos and my little
like a
lunch
and hard hat, bitch.
Yeah.
Because it's hot out here. I feel like we've all had that structured life for decades. And so the closer you get to retirement or to your 60s or your 50s or whatever, you really like, no, bitch, I'm gonna start living for me.
He said, yes, procrastination is a killer for me. I've missed business opportunities because of that.
Me too.
I have as well.
Me too.
Tia A said, Jafani Tina, can you send me the meditation because Tone Streeter never did?
I did. I sent it to your inbox.
She got me into it.
And
she rolled her eyes.
Excuse me, ma'am. I sent it to you on Messenger. Don't do me.
I got you, baby.
Don't do me. It's a YouTube clip, baby.
It's so many. I'll text you tonight. And if you ever want to get into like doing your own voiceover and sounds, you can make your own meditation.
That's a good idea.
And put them on YouTube.
That's an excellent idea.
Okay, Nikki has entered. She says she almost missed it. Hey, y'all. Nikki's talking about let's get into it. We on question 8, baby.
Girl.
But she did write all of her answers to the questions because I posted earlier in the day. Nikki did come and write all of her answers, so I like that.
So you're present but not present.
Yeah, you can be interactive with us even if you can't make it to the live. Miss Brown, shout out to Miss Brown of Mama Flair Catering.
Oh, Miss Brown need to holler at you for Thanksgiving.
Everybody loves the cakes that Miss Brown sponsored through For the Record.
I'm sure.
They were amazing, and she's taking orders.
Delicious.
Get your orders in early.
I want that pecan cake, Miss Brown.
She will sell out. She did it's called pecan.
It's fucking not.
She did a sweet potato and pecan pound cake.
But she also did a sweet potato pecan one too.
No, it's pecan.
Bitch, ain't nobody. You see how she do?
I don't say pecan.
All that bourgeois shit.
I don't say pecan. It's pecan. But anyway.
Let me ask my North Carolina family.
Okay, how y'all pronounce it? Y'all can put the A in or the O.
You sound like Twan. He do that. Pecans. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
Thank you. And we from Landover. Okay. Keisha B said, did you post info about the brunch with Santa? No, all I posted about the drive right now because we're trying to collect the items. We can't have the brunch without the toys. So we're trying to get the toys. You can donate money or whatever, however you want to do it. Everybody knows that I've been doing this for over 8 years and a lot of people have helped out and supported. So we're trying to get the toys, the coats, this to that. And then
all of that stuff be new?
Yes, no gently worn or anything like that.
All new shit,
and,
baby.
Hey,
all new stuff.
They got cute stuff at Children's Place. Shein. Little Kids Fashion Nova. Go use the 40% off coupon and get them some BBL coats.
Wait a minute.
For the little kids. Yeah.
Fashion Nova. Oh, they do got Fashion Nova kids.
Okay, doke. So moving on to our next question.
That was a good one too. Tina, these are great tonight.
Thank you, gracias.
It is.
They're always great.
They are.
But anywho.
No, they are.
Okay.
They give you thinkers.
Mental health check. What would you rate your mental health right now today on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being you feel great mentally today.
4.
Oh, Tonette.
Yeah, I've been stressed like shit for the last month. You already know. Like, life has been lifing the fuck out of me for the last 30 goddamn days. And I've had it up to here. So hopefully I'll be better by Thanksgiving, maybe. Maybe the family gonna help me.
2 weeks.
Yeah, like, life been some bullshit for the last...
Okay.
No, but listen, with that being said, I thank God every day. I'm here to experience it. I'm not complaining. This is just a season I got to go through, and I already recognize that. But yeah, it don't make it easier.
Tia says she's a 6 today.
Okay, I like that.
I'll take that.
Yeah. What do you?
You can always try to get it up. Today, I'll give myself probably an 8.5.
Okay. That bitch healthy as shit.
I am tired because, to be honest, the time change is really, it never affects me, but it has really been affecting me. I feel like yesterday was a really long day. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like I got up at like 4 this morning and I had to work. And so I got off work and then I knew that you were going to come by like whenever you felt like it. So I was laying in bed and I was dozing off. And so that kind of it didn't get me down, but I feel like I really don't feel like doing the show. I'm so tired. Yeah. But, I'm never going to be like, no, I can't do it.
But she soldiered on.
And, so, I went to work today. There was a carjacking on the corner. If you guys don't know, I work on North Capitol in D.C. And it's always... some shit. When I say it's always a production, y'all, my cell phone charger, I couldn't find it. And everybody knows that I love chargers. I steal them. I'll charge my phone anywhere. It's some people that live outside of my job. Literally, when I step out the door, they live up and down. Well, I went up to them and asked them, did they have a charger?
Tina.
I needed it. These people don't even know where to plug it.
Let me ask you, did one of them have one?
No. Oh. The most famous one around there that, he's our favorite person, I went to him. And I was like, do you got an iPhone charger? And he was like, no.
Why would you ever think that he did?
Because you never know. If they got they all got cell phones.
They might got Obama phones. That's an Android.
So he was like, I had one the other day, but I don't. But anyway, so it was a lot of chaos today
what
on my job.
You're lying, son.
But chaos, it's not fun for me, but it makes your day go by. So a lady got carjacked. The people went down the street. She's sitting out there telling the police whatever. It was just a whole myriad of things. I cooked a struggle meal. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I feel like I had a pretty great day.
It definitely was productive.
Y'all know that on the song, on my game show, I used the Climax song, and one of the ladies in Climax sent me a followers request out the Clear Blue Sky one
Love
day.
it.
And so I tagged her and she replied to it and said she really loved, that we paid homage to her. I'm sorry, homage.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
We paid homage. And so that made my day.
Yeah.
And
you had a lot of good things that brought you up to an 8.5.
Yeah. So I feel like I had a great day.
I love it for you.
And because I work in mental health, of course I have bad days just like anybody else. I'm not going to be like, oh, every day is sunny and rosy.
What do you do on some of your bad days?
Being as though I have just been trained, what's going good for me? I'm not like I said, I always look at the glass half full, not half empty. So with everything that's going on, okay, well, what's going good or what could you change or whatever? So it's always like just a lot of like self-talk, but in the professional world, it's motivational, something we call motivational interviewing, where you just meet people where they are, trying to see like if they're trying to change or whatever. So I use some of that, that self-talk on myself from time to time, but that still does not mean that, hey, some days I don't feel out of it. So, and that's what we like to do on here.
I'm gonna try that.
We do a mental health piece as well, and if you guys want some motivational interviewing tips, I could send you some
I'm definitely
grown up. Like, I mean, I'm not surprised that the man that you've become, but I'm
not surprised about that type of thing, living and growing. I'd be surprised when I run into motherfuckers that we grew up with and y'all still the motherfuckers we grew up with.
Exactly.
Like what happened to y'all last 20
my sister?
Yeah.
I mean, like, who are you?
What the fuck happened in 25 years? Why are you still the same person from the 90s?
As soon as your tooth gone, I ain't got too much to say.
Period.
As soon as I see your front tooth missing, hey, how are you?
Soon as you ask me for a ride.
Okay.
I'm out.
Oh, Tyreek, I know you was born in 73. Your birthday is in a couple of days.
Oh, tell Tyreek, what we doing for your birthday,
What you doing
baby?
for your birthday?
That's your 50th.
Are you coming for the record? Tyreek came to the first for the record.
We saw Tyreek.
And I hadn't seen him in years, so that made my night. Okay. And he's a grandfather now.
Damn, congratulations.
Yeah, he's been a grandfather for a minute.
Okay.
Tank has entered.
Hey, Tank.
Kentland Tank.
What's going you beefing with us or can I say hey?
What's
up?
I talked to him the other night. He said, fuck Tone. He's not
Goddamn!
beefing with me, but he said fuck you.
How did she get in your good graces, but I couldn't?
He was beefing with me, but he a Virgo. He had like a little. Anyway, he said fuck Tone.
Let's talk about it. Let's work through it.
Okay, he said Tyreek said he's coming out. Tank said he's coming out to the game show.
Okay, cool.
On the 25th. And let's keep it moving. Tia said there's always a pearl in every situation. We just have to find it.
True.
And Keisha B said please send her the info on motivational interviewing. The guy who pioneered that technique, he's a doctor of psychology. And his name is Dr. De Clemente, and he's Greek, and he's about 70, and I got a real bad crush on him. He's out of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Hey!
You can Google him. I look at him on YouTube. That's Bay, and
That's Bay?
Tone, he knows that I had a crush on him. I used to be like, you're like Charlie and we're like the angels, because he taught it to us personally, and then we had to implement it at work, and he wanted to know like how it was going. And he also trained me on writing being a SMART goal coach, helping people write SMART goals, which are short, is SMART stands for something. But anyway, I'll send y'all all of that stuff.
Okay.
Or we'll put it on Talks with Tone and Tina page.
Yeah.
Which y'all have to go on over to.
And make sure you're liking it.
Yes.
And thank you guys for 10K, whoever is already.
Nikki said she's watching us now and we're working now. So let's go.
All right.
Keisha B said she would say she's a 5 today. I need a beach break.
Okay.
She said life has been lifing for sure, being pulled in several different ways.
Yeah.
And we always have to like unplug. We have to get self-care. You know, I know we got all these new terms coined. Whatever we called it before, we called it self-care. A break, a getaway, you know, we all need that. And
that's the one thing that I love about this time. People didn't give a fuck about your mental health. Get the fuck over it. We don't want to hear that shit.
We ain't had time to cry words.
Oh, but you trying to
get little kids.
You trying to get a day off work for self-care in 1999, 2004. Bitch, you're fired. You got all the days you want for self-care, bitch. Get your shit and go ahead. Now it's mandatory. It's almost, you don't even have to make up a lie. I'm not coming to work.
Yeah,
I don't listen.
Yeah, literally, I do that. And they had a shootout on a street.
You
and
definitely need some days.
The people that got shot was right by my car. It wasn't a bullet in my car, but you know they was laying under there, shot up. Yeah. So I got a few days off for that.
And that's happened more than once. Did somebody get killed under your car?
So thank you.
Remember somebody got killed or something by your car, under your car, some shit.
Killed? I don't think so.
Oh, wait, that might have been L that was shot up, but we thought he was dead. It was reported he was dead, but he wasn't dead, y'all.
So Tia said that's because now people will come to work and kill everyone if your mental health is
Listen.
wrong. That's very true.
And listen, people are on, especially after COVID and the quarantine and all that shit, people are unstable as a motherfucker now.
They're laughing at you, Tom.
Like, you know.
A question, but we're just going to put out a name and just tell us your thoughts. Lauryn Hill. Always late. Okay, what has happened in the last week? Lauryn had a show out of California the other day. It has been a running joke and now has become part of her brand that she's known for being late. Hours late. So, Lauryn feels like, hey, and she's actually stated this, hey, come late yourself or come and wait. But she's going to be late. So she came to the California show. And mind you, this is the 25th anniversary of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Everybody feels like she's rode the coattails of this album for all these years. 30 years. Okay, she started this tour and she has already canceled dates in Philly. And I can't remember the other city. So people got a problem with that. You know, you're kind of like scared to buy the tickets. Is she going to cancel? Is she going to show up? Is she going to show up? And all of that. Yeah. So this past weekend on stage, while she was at the show in California, she said, if y'all don't like it or... No, you're lucky I make it at all. She said, y'all lucky I'm coming. Okay, so what do y'all think about that as as an artist, as an entertainer, as a performer? I don't care who you are or who you was, or in the words of Rick James, never mind who you thought I was. If you're not gonna... Half of y'all can't even sing no more, to be honest. Okay. Half of y'all don't have the vocal ability, and people are just coming for nostalgic purposes at this point, to be honest. Yeah. And if you're going to disrespect me and I'm paying $100-$200, some people flying out to different cities to see you, respect your fans.
I 100% agree. First and foremost, Lauryn Hill, this is the first time, or not the first time, I think this is the second time that she's tried to do the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill tour.
JoJo said Jerry.
This is the first time she's ever tried to do this. I think this is the second time she's tried to do this tour. So, Lauryn, let's be real, boo. You normally you're on a bill with other motherfuckers. You not normally the show. So when you telling people just to show up late, that means they're going to miss all the other people before you if they show up late to see you. Then second of all, if we show up late and you still don't come, then what? You know what I'm saying? I think it was rude as fuck for her to say you lucky that I'm here, because no, bitch, you're lucky that they still buying tickets.
Okay, Roderick said he thinks that it's rude if she said that.
She did.
She in fact said that it's a
video of
video.
it. Yeah,
she said it out her own mouth.
She did.
It's not a quote or paraphrasing.
It's an actual video, and I feel like that was utter disrespect. You should be lucky that these people are still buying tickets for you when you had one hit album. Now I'm not taking nothing from her. That bitch was a banger. But let's be real, like you said, you've been riding this coattail for 30 years. People want to see it because most people that bought tickets ain't seen it yet, because your ass ain't showing up.
Okay, JoJo said it's disrespectful to your supporters. If you don't want to perform, stay your ass home.
Period.
Janet, Beyonce, etc. are always on time. Girl, sit down.
Beyonce, I've waited no more than 15 minutes.
If she said that, man, fuck Lauryn Hill. That's all I said. Did you say anything else? Did you say anything else? Tyreek said she exhibits signs of mental health. She's had that for years.
Yeah, very much so.
And he says, and we as fans can see it. So we stop the BS, Lauryn.
Yeah.
That's how he's saying we are. Roderick.
But if you're not in the mental state to do a tour, don't do a tour.
Oh, he said that's the part. I don't always like to, even though Tank and Tone just had that tussle, I was leaving out that part because you said F her. But
F Lauryn Hill.
Since you wanted it said, I had to say it.
Oh shit.
Okay, so it's a unanimous decision.
She was very disrespectful. She needs to start showing up at her shows.
They need to either do like a class action lawsuit or something like that. Something needs to be done.
I know ticket sales gonna go way down now. That's
how I even feel about people that do shows and they lip sync. Don't lip sync if I'm coming to your show, like a Britney Spears or whatever, because it's not a live concert.
Okay, but what if it's like a Janet, where Janet
lip syncs?
She lip syncs like a motherfucker.
Y'all know I've had the pleasure of meeting her and being backstage. Janet lip syncs.
Okay, but it's because she danced so much.
That is not excuse. Beyonce dance do
Beyonce
everything, so that's not excuse.
That's true.
We know Janet ain't a singer per se.
Take the stop.
I love Janet, but we got to keep it real. But I don't think you should ever do a live concert and do pre-recorded vocals and lip sync. That's just, I don't believe that's right.
What if you are singing it live, but it's just a pre-record? Not your actual album because some people play the actual album.
Yeah, I still don't think that's right.
Okay.
That's why I like.
You came for a live show.
That's why I like music. That's why my favorites are my favorites. Yeah.